My whole piece, everything I do from coast to coast, is help communities build, help schools build better relations with the community. Another way to think about it is I try to close the gap between schools and the people that they serve. I got into this conversation in a somewhat funny way. You did not hear Tom tell you, oh, Jamie spent years in the classroom and he was a board member and he served as an, I never did any of that stuff. I got into your world because the Secretary of Education in my adopted state of Iowa, he asked me, oh, there's an island. Come on, let's face it, there's not a lot going on in Iowa. What football team would you rather have? So he asked me to sit on this thing called the Iowa Business and Education Roundtable a long time ago, back in the 80s. And the reason he asked me, he said, why you? I was running, Tom mentioned it, this small ice cream company that got famous. We knew we made good ice cream. It was really wonderful. But in the spring of 1984, People magazine, that fine research periodical, I've had a subscription ever since, actually. People magazine decided they needed to know what the best ice cream in America was, and they chose our product, June '84. You can look it up, a Great Midwestern Ice Cream Company. Yes, yes. And if you ever had any doubt that the media has a tendency to run in a herd, somebody reports it and they all report it, about a month later, the Cleveland Plain Dealer said we were the best ice cream in America. It's true, we were selling ice cream in one store in Ohio, but they said we were the best ice cream in America. And then the Houston paper said we were the best ice cream in America. We started selling through Randall's, and then the Seattle paper, and then the New York Post, and then the Chicago Tribune, and then Time, and then Newsweek. We were on the Today Show. I spoke with Jane Pauley. She's so cute. There was even an anatomy magazine that picked us as the best ice cream in America. Yeah, it's true, it's called Playboy. And the thing is, oh, he's pretty funny. The thing is that when you get all that press, all that fleeting notoriety, folks you don't know call you up to do things. Would you like to sit on a committee? We would love it if you'd be the chairperson of our fundraising campaign. Well, it took me a while to figure out that they really didn't want me, they just wanted free ice cream. So I always said yes, and then I just sent ice cream and never went to a meeting, which was great. And then the Secretary of Education calls and he asks me, and I said, okay, Dr. Lepley, how many gallons? And he said, no, we want you to sit on this committee. We're going to talk about the future of public education. Now, folks, the reason I tell you this little background piece is that when I show up for the first Iowa Business and Education Roundtable meeting in September of 1988, I have an attitude. I have an attitude I'm willing to bet good money that businessmen and women here in McKinney share today. My attitude was informed by three assumptions. Assumption number one, public education is profoundly flawed. It's not giving us what we need, it's got to change. Assumption number two, you people are the problem. You're the obstacles to change. Come on, everybody knows your nests are feathered. You don't have to work hard. You're lazy. You got the summers off. You're laughing. You have neighbors who think that today. You can take that to the bank. I was sure of it. You're not exposed to the competitive forces of the marketplace. Nothing's pushing you to improve. You're the problem. By the way, you got to start shopping at different stores here. I mean, there are other color clothes to wear. You're the problem. Come on, everybody knows that you're the problem. You're protected by tenure. You're the problem. And the third assumption that I had back in the day was, if you just run it like a business, everything will be okay. Because in business, we know. So I show up for the first roundtable meeting, and what do I find? All the other business leaders, they have the same three assumptions. Right away, we loved one another. We're a little self-reinforcing club. And after about a year and a half of volunteer work, I'm so interested in this that I quit my job and become the director of this roundtable.